everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So I've decided to embark on a new sort of project, challenge sort of series. This one I'm dubbing my Project Tea. And it's kind of a weird thing to have a project on. Not everyone super is into tea, but I really am. I recently filmed my tea collection video, and when I was putting all the tea back into my cupboard, I just really realized how much I have, and how much like green teas, for instance, I have, and some of them aren't even open, and yeah, it's kind of gotten out of control. And I really need to go through what I have, enjoy what I have, and really not buy more until I'm able to use things up. So sort of the same lines of everything else, like makeup and beauty, skincare items. For me, an area that I really need to focus and not buy more of is tea. So I've decided to embark on this challenge. It's a part kind of no-buy-esque. I'll go into my kind of no-buy aspect of it. I'm going to be focused on using up specific teas, and I also kind of went through and counted up my different types of tea. So I'll go into my tea inventories, and that goes along with my no-buy. So I don't want to just be on a straight no-buy. I do use tea differently, like green tea I have a bunch of. I really need to not buy any more green tea. Herbal teas, like I go through quite quickly. So with every sort of type of tea, I have different kind of rules for how I'll be doing the no-buy. So starting with my inventory, for green teas, in total I have 12, and of those 12, 6 are like flavored green tea, and the other 6 are not flavored. Ideally, I would like to have like 4 to 5 green teas. And with that, I would like I do also have tea at work, so I'd like to have a flavored green tea at work, a non-flavored green tea at work, and at home, like a flavored and a non-flavored tea. Or perhaps, like 3 at home and 2 at work. So around 4 to 5 would be my ideal. So with green tea, and for a lot of them, basically my no-buy is going to be on no-buy until my ideal is met, or I guess till I'm like lower than my ideal, so I have to like buy one to get to my ideal amount. So like for green tea, if I was down to like 3 different types of tea, then I could go buy like a 4th one, if that makes sense. So it's definitely going to be a no-buy, especially for the green tea that's going to last, I'm thinking, like throughout the year. So that's for my green tea. For black teas, I currently have 8. My ideal there would be 3 to 4. I have like 1 black tea at work would be my ideal, and then like maybe a flavored one at home and a non-flavored black tea at home, just like a traditional sort of black tea for home. So 3 to 4 would be my ideal. Again, my no-buy for black tea is going to be until my ideal is met, or until I'm below my ideal. Herbal teas, currently I have 13. Now it does sound like a lot, but with herbal teas, my ideal would be actually around 8. So I do want to have more choices with herbal tea. I really like mint tea, so I always like having that on hand. Lavender tea I really like. And lavender tea is something that I do have quite a bit of backups of. So I don't want to go as crazy with the backups with lavender tea, but I do like having that always on hand and a few different options in terms of lavender tea. I have like bedtime tea, like yogi bedtime tea I like to have on hand. I have like a lemon tea, which is good when my throat doesn't feel that great. Like a throat comfort tea. So I do like having some options with herbal tea. So this one I'm making my ideal a little higher. I kind of went through and said if I were to have my ideal amount, what would that look like? So my no-buy for herbal tea is I don't want to buy anything until my herbal tea count is below 10. So I want to keep it always kind of below 10 or right at 10. But ideally around 8 I think would be the ideal for that. For white tea, I currently have 2. so I don't have a ton. I just really want to get through what I have though. So I'm saying for white tea that I'm going to be a no buy until I use up everything that I currently have. For oolong, I currently have one. Again, my ideal for, I didn't think I said my ideal for white tea. Ideal for white tea would just be one. I don't drink white tea a ton. Oolong, I have one. My ideal for oolong would be 0 to 1. I don't need to have an oolong. Probably the white tea would be the same. So white tea, oolong, my ideal would be, 0 to 1. So for both of those, I'm going to go on a no buy till I use it up. So I want to use up all my white tea before I'd consider repurchasing or buying something else, another white tea. Oolong, I want to use up what I have, and at that point I could consider buying another oolong tea or not, or take a break for a few months and not have it. So that's for that. So both of those categories are like kind of a complete no buy until I use up what I have. My next category, and I brought the tea to show. So this is it says on the back how to pronounce it, Guayusa. It's lavender, which I really love lavender, but it's a super leaf that, like, I don't know, I'm reading from the back. It gives you, like, energy. I need to figure out how to use this. It's loose leaf. I use lavender for, like, the evening time, but this is something that you would use during the day to give you, like, natural energy. I don't know. I think ideally for this, I don't really need it. I would like to try to use this. I've only used this a handful of times, so I'd like to figure out some ways to use this. Maybe iced would be good. Maybe I should try that. But I don't need to buy something similar to this once I use it up, but I do want to figure a way to use this. And then finally I have like single teas. So these are just ones where I have like one. And I have like 7 of these. I don't really have an ideal for this. I mean, I kind of get random like little tea things. A lot of these were like gifts. So these I just kind of want to go through. I don't have a specific like no buy associated with these. Obviously you can't just buy like one thing of tea. So I just kind of want to go through these, over time, but I have 7 of these for the sake of the inventory. So I know that's a lot. So basically I think that tea no buy will be in effect for a while. The one thing I did want to mention, especially the green and the black tea, I do take my own tea to work. So for work purposes, like I always have like black tea in the morning at work, and it's always like, like a Tazo tea or just one that you can find like at the grocery store, just like bags of tea. So that would be my only exception to the no buy, is I will repurchase and have that for like to bring to work. So that would be the only exception. What I really want to focus on using is a lot of my loose leaf teas, a lot of my more expensive teas, a lot of the teas that I do have at home. I do have quite a bit to get through at work, but if I get to the point that, okay, I ran out of my like English breakfast tea that I have at work, I would repurchase it for that purpose. So I know that's like a lot, but I just kind of want to give an idea of what I currently have. I will link my tea collection video down below if you want to see specifically the teas that I have. But yeah. So also I have picked out some teas I specifically want to work through in the next month. I think it's reasonable to use these up in the next month. There might be a few that overlap over to the next month. With this kind of challenge, I guess each month I can give like updates on what my inventory currently is, how I'm doing with the no buy, and if I was able to use up the specific teas that I picked to work on for the month, and then pick out new teas, if that makes sense. So the specific teas I want to work on this month, and I picked some from all the different sort of categories. For black tea, I have this. This is by Harney and Sons. It's their Paris tea. So it's a flavored black tea. I have 3 left, and I just want to get through this. I think that's completely reasonable to use in a month, and that will help me get closer to my ideal for black tea. So that's the first one I want to work on. And then I picked out some green teas. First is this David's tea. This is the lime gelato. It's a loose leaf tea. I don't have much left. It might be like 3 uses left. So this one definitely is reasonable to get through, and I can definitely repurpose this like tin container, canister some way. So that's the second one. The third one is this Numi rice tea. It's a toasted rice, but it's in a green tea like base. I have a few of these that work, so I think I need to take the rest of these to work and get through them. So I think I have like 4 like tea bags of this. So I want to get through that. And then for green tea, I have this Ergo tea. This is green tea with ginger twist. This is another one I've had for, I don't think I've quite had this for a year, but the expiration date, and this is part of the reason why I wanted to do this, but the expiration date was March of 2015, so it's not that expired, but I do really want to get through this. It would be nice if I could get through it this month, or within the next month. So this one I might have to take to work, and I'm not sure how many of these I have left. I feel like I've used about half of the pack, so I might have like 8 tea bags of this left, so that one I'll have to definitely work through, and that will be more of a challenge than some of the other ones. And then finally I have some herbal teas that I'm pretty close to finishing all of these, but you know, I do want to not have these hang around too much longer. So the first one is a Teavana tea. This is the pineapple Kona Pop tea, and this I like to use iced. I don't have much left. You can kind of see where I'm at. So this, I really have to focus and use it over the next like few weekends. That's when I primarily make like iced teas over the weekend. So I really want to try to use this up in the next like 4 weeks or so. And then I have my Tazo mint tea. I only have 3 left, so this is almost finished. This is kind of a gimme, but I do want to get through that, and I do have another mint tea, so really only need like 1 mint tea at a time. And then I have my lavender teas, my herbal lavender teas from Yogi, and I have backups of both of these, so I really just want to get through what I have left of these. So the Relaxed Mind, I only have 2, so that will be pretty simple. And then for my honey lavender stress relief, I have 3 left. So not a ton, but I thought this would be a good start, and yeah, it will just help me focus on using up specific teas. And yeah, so I'll do an update in a month. I'll update you on my inventory, on how the no-buy is going, on if I broke the no-buy. Hopefully I can make it through a month of this. And then also update you on the teas that I showed. Was I able to use them up? And then also pick out some new teas to focus on for the next month. So we'll see how this goes. I think monthly updates will be good. I'll just update you guys on how this is going. And I feel like this is a project. I don't really have a specific end date in mind. I think this will definitely last through the end of the year. But I think this project will go as long until I'm at the point where I feel like I have my more like ideal tea collection, and I feel like I don't really need to have a project anymore. It will be more about just maintaining and repurchasing as I'm kind of running out of things. So I think this will be a fun journey to kind of see how it goes. And yeah, so that is everything. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.